continue to train the side pressure without pain.
Right.
Travis showed that.
Amazing.
Phenomenal.
The best thing to do for any newcomer is listen to everybody and take your toolbox to each garage. Pull a tool or two from their garage, put it in your box, and move to the next, because not everything's going to work. And no disrespect to any other garages, but some of those garages, I don't want their tools.
Oh man.
You know, I just say follow success, right?
Right.
Follow success, and understand too that some dudes are just they're a freak of nature.
Right.
And what works for them might not always work for you. But one or two things that they do really might help you a lot.
Right.
You know, I was blessed. Just have to give you just a minute about my history a little bit. I was lucky enough. I'm going to come over and show you this picture. You guys see this right here? See? That man right there.
Look at that arm.
Yeah, look at that arm. 20-inch arm at 187. John Hynosky, Sr. 1991 world champ in Israel, sit-downs. Cobra Rose was on that team, Frank and Karen Bean.
Wow.
There's a lot of big names. I was lucky enough, I was a personal trainer and I helped spot people back in the weight room at the club where he trained. And at that time, I had some American records in powerlifting and some national titles. So he was picking my brain because I was a young guy and had success. And I was just baffled by the feats of strength that this guy was doing. And he had a reputation in our town. It's like he was as bad as can be. You know, Gold Glove state champ boxer, Gold Gloves, state champ wrestler, Gold Glove state champ boxer, state champ arm wrestler, and then 91 world champion wrestler. And then this dude's walking into the gym after winning a Yukon Jack tournament.
Yeah, legend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like,
Gary Goodridge. Yeah, Cleve Dean, yeah.
I was lucky enough to get brought, have him pull me under his wing.
That's greatness.
And also, we're in our hometown. I was a little boy walking around at the Mill Creek Mall, and there was a arm wrestling tournament going on because we had Dan Carr, Apache Dan Carr, 1975. I believe he won a title, world title, and he started arm wrestling in Erie. And him and Donnie Polanski and some others, they originated. They called it powerful arm wrestling. Instead of going to the strap, if you slipped, they said they got tired of it. They said, "Screw it, you're going to just start in a hook." So they had power arm wrestling. That's how you started, and a hook from Erie. So back in the day, anybody that wanted to hook a dude from Erie, that wasn't a good move. That's all we knew back then. But so we have a lot of history here, and we were lucky enough in that I was fortunate enough to run into James Wagner the same day I met Dave Chafee. It was Dave Chafee's first tournament, and Dave came with James to the tournament. It was 2005, and got reunited with James, and that's when we all started training together again. It was awesome. So I mean, blessed to have all these guys around me over the years of the sport. Learned so much from my friends, and have been able to pass on that information so people don't have to make the same mistakes. It's almost like now everyone that's doing the sport, you guys have the answers to the test.
Right.
You just gotta follow them.
And listen,
do this. Don't do this because that tore our elbow up.
Right. Yeah.
So it's great to just be able to share that.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving me that minute to give a little respect to the guys I grew up under.
As much time as you need. We're a little jealous that you were kind of able to stand early on the shoulders of giants and almost fly. That sounds fantastic. And I think we're pretty lucky here. We've said it before. We have national champions close by. Here in Portland, Oregon, the first people that we were able to pull was a world champion and then the female world champion in the same day. And
is Abbott is he in Washington or Oregon?
No, he's here. He's here in Oregon. Abbott's in Oregon. We got some pretty decent pullers.
He was as bad as they can for a long time. He was tough.
We got Brandon Hanna-Dye.
Yep.
We got Jody Williams.
Yeah.
We got Giordano Cruz. I mean, we've got.
And let me tell you, that's one of the most underrated left-handed forwards. I gotta give it. And him and Jody, I met him and Jody and those guys back in like 2011. But great dudes.
The best. So I mean, we're gonna be down there next Friday, and that we're gonna do our next show live with Jody, and it should be a powerhouse. And then we got Mark Owens.
Tell those gentlemen I said hello. Miss them. I can't wait to cross paths with them.
He's actually watching right now. He asked us a few minutes ago, and we'll get into it. He wants to know if you're back in the game or if you're retired.
Jacob Abbott. Yeah, Jacob Abbott is in Washington. Jody just said that, so he is in Washington.
I've been pulling a couple, smaller tournaments every off season since I tore that bicep. I promised my family I won't compete in the work season because that did screw me up pretty bad at work. But so, I will definitely compete in the off months, and I'm fortunate enough. One of the guys from our team, Brandon Alcesser, every time I go to a tournament, it always seems like he's that tournament. So I get to bang with Brandon every single time. So, it keeps me up there. I know if I can just bang with him and maybe give him some little bit of grief that, all right, if I find him outside of you, at least I know I'm competitive still.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to tell you, thank you from honestly, what you've done, and there is a handful of guys that came before you, as you've already paid homage to, you already knew as a young boy, but what you've continued to pass the torch and what you're starting and continuing to preach right now, and the people that are coming out of Erie, the gentlemen that are arm wrestling out of there, it's an honor to be a part of this sport and watch it grow and watch it become what it's about to, It's killer.
Well, thank you very much, Ben. I feel totally blessed to become friends with so many dudes, and they were, we might have shown some guys how to do some certain things over the years, or say, hey, try this or try that. But all my friends that have had ton of success, that's because they're studs and they're disciplined and they work their rear ends off. You know what I mean? I mean, Jesus, Dave Chafee is one of the hardest working, humble champions I've ever met. I mean, this dude does something for arm wrestling every single day, pretty much since I met him. And hard work pays off.
It does.
And it shows.
It does. And he's, like I said, on the top, I have a top 10 list, and of active guys that I think I told you before, that could take it at any point in time, and he's in the three mark. And I just think that, if it's a round robin table, anything can happen. But he is one of my ultimate mentors to watch and do it. I mean, you hear the stories too. He goes over to Russia, cops pull him over to get pictures, and then on your way. I mean, how good of a dude are you? I mean, you got.
Right, in Erie, they try cutting them in the grocery line. No one even gives them the grocery.
I know. He goes to get a luncheon loaf, and they're like, an extra half pound is like, only if you knew who I was.
Exactly.
I need that half pound of protein, girl.
I'll tell you what, and with Dave, it's been so fun watching his success over the years, and people are always like, this guy is so strong, this guy does that, this guy, and our group of guys, you don't see many of them putting out videos of like, look, I did this at the gym, or I did that at the gym. But let me tell you what, go to Dave's on a Wednesday night, and for this poor guy to get any offense, I'm locked in, or any of us, we're locked into the table, pulling with two hands. I mean, putting a bruise on my hip, hooked in, pulling that hard.
Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so you don't get torn over the table at him.
Right.
Right.
I mean, his strength is so incredible, and I can't wait to see what happens with his next match.
Oh yeah. You
know.
you have to make sure that you don't hurt yourself trying to hurt him.
Everyone thinks that, you know,
It's a W. It's a win.
that goodness gracious, I can't wait.
He's gonna win. He's gonna come back, and he will bring back that PAL title, #1, back to the United States. I already know it. It's done.
Great.
He's done. He's put in the work. He's put in the time. He's fresh. He's healed. He's listened. I mean, he's training with you. We've got lucky.
Hey, Joe, get it. Was just Dave trained with us over the years. All we've done, like, I'm never one of those dudes to say, "Oh, I trained this guy." No, Dave trained with us. We were arm wrestling way before him. Dave has been a disciple and a student of the sport.
10-4.
Anything that we might have shown Dave when he first started, he showed us so many things also. So many things. Like, Dave showed us how it's so important to get strong in micro movements. Because I watch him train, and I was like, oh, that is so unorthodox, and it just looks like a small, jerky little movement. Then, strong and small movements, I get it.
No,
How much
yeah.
you need after they say go to crack their wrist and to gain your superior position? Not much.
No.
Not much at all. So, yeah, I learned a lot from Dave. I don't ever want anyone to think that I would ever, have it anywhere with anything. Just because I started in the sport before him, that doesn't mean anything. He's very smart forward. I've learned a lot from him, and I think that's how everyone should take it. You should learn from each other. A guy that wants kudos from one of his friends' success, that's not cool.
I'm sorry I didn't speak too
No,
well on that.
I just wanted that out there.
No, 10-4.
I never want to be credited with anyone's success. And like another, like Michelle,
Michelle, yeah. Michelle, yeah.
She's learned how to arm wrestle with us, but dedication. I mean, that girl, like that movement I showed you on the handle. Oh, I can't remember how many. She does every day. She does so many. She does so many shadows every single day. I mean, these people that are successful, they all have the same thing in common. It's hard work with repetitions. It pays off. They're dedicated. They just want it more than the other people.
It's part of their lifestyle. They just incorporate into whatever they're doing all the time.
It's their life.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with your everyday Joe who goes to the gym versus an Olympic lifter. An Olympic lifter is doing, sure, it's their job, but they're just doing something for their athleticism every single day, even if it's not at 100%. They're just, it's autopilot.
Yeah.
We're lucky. We're lucky because we've got down in a stone's throw too. Speaking of that dynamic, down in San Francisco, Petaluma, we got Eric Waffel, Ben Barrios Jr., Israel Chavez, Luke Kent. We can go down there and go and get just mopped up the floor, become a janitor, Nancy Locke. I mean, all these folks down there too that are helping us succeed a little bit quicker on a level of understanding rest.
That's a lot of knowledge right there. That's a lot of knowledge.
Tons.
I mean, those guys, great.
And two different styles, Oregon and them. So we understand it totally.
Yeah, they're great people. I wish I lived closer so I can see them more often. But they're wonderful people. That's what I love about this sport, is that I feel I have so many people that I could say are friends, not acquaintances,
Right.
but friends.
Yep.
If I was out there and I'm like, hey, Luke, I'm coming in town. Do you think you can pick me up from the airport? He would pick me up.
Absolutely.
Like Ray Cody, from Country Crush, I'm coming out to LA. He's like, don't worry about it, Uber. I'll come pick you up. Good people, man. Good people, good friends in this sport.
I love that. Like you said, everybody contributes to everybody's success. Not one person is what they are because of anybody. They're all the same. It's
No one's self-made.
everyone's bringing up together. That's beautiful.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
This is
I think
huge.
that's why this sport's going to keep growing, and I think now guys like you too are helping it grow, like doing, taking the time to,
Thank
do
you.
these panels and stuff. It's awesome because it's getting the information out. It's, educate people.
Yeah.
Okay, here's
When we were fourth, and then we did on the first Barb show, and it was crazy. And once that show hit, our arm wrestling practices, I mean, this little project I'm in right here, where we all used to train, it was like 6 or 7 of us in here. And then all of a sudden, I took a picture of the one day, we had 36 people showing up at our practices. I mean, so that the sport is, and I think it tapered off for a while, but it's going to be making another climb. And I love you guys. I'm pro everything. I want every single league to prosper. And I know, and a lot of times I don't comment on the stuff out there, guys, like the bash, the UAL and stuff like that. I'm sorry, Ted, but it's when it comes down to this, why bash the leagues? I know WAL is different. It's not traditional arm wrestling, and I think that to some people off. But if people just sit back and think, well, you know what? It's not traditional arm wrestling, but it's it's an opening the doors to helping it go mainstream. And when that happens, guys, it's gonna help every single league out there. I don't care what league it is. It's gonna help because more people are gonna want to get involved. And you don't just get involved starting at you start at all the other. You win your state titles, you win your national titles. You go to that fair tournament every year because it's a good time. I just think everybody would unite more and just try to support everybody instead of like trying to cut each other's throats. Like taking over certain things about each league has awesome points.
Yeah.
Each league has points. But hey, guess what? Let's just support all. Yeah.
Support
That's
everybody.
just what I think we had for that.
More exposure is just more exposure to the sport.
And you want it all to grow. We all love the sport, so the more it grows, the better it's going to get for all of us all.
That's right.
And that's why that is a big reason, aside from our own obsession of learning about the sport, for starting this channel and this social media, is because we were those people looking from the outside in and seeing there's way more to this game than what we're seeing when they say ready, go. We are not seeing the training, the methods, the people in the sport and the camaraderie. It's all that stuff that we need to show people, hey, this is something serious, so that when you say, hey, I'm Bart Wood, I'm a professional arm wrestler, they're not going to be like, oh, is that a thing? They're going to be like, awesome,
Yeah.
Please cut in front of me in line,
I've been so lucky with my position. I've seen some of the most technical arm wrestlers, and I'm right there. And I'm seeing, in order to get better at repping, you have to study what these guys do. So I have to know what the favorite move is for them to gain leverage in a position, where they want to sneak and move and try to break the rules getting there. It's, I can know it's coming, but it's very hard, pinning them down, to it. But learning from that has helped me be able to show a lot of other people and myself, like, hey, so-and-so does this. By them moving this little bit right here and creeping back here, it's allowing when they clamp down, this middle row of knuckles is so far past your thumb bone now that the anchor spot is amazing. So it's like that I got to learn, man. I got the best seat in the house.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a bad call. I got the worst seat in the house. Is that I get for months on my head.
You got the best seat, but the hardest job.
I wish I didn't make any mistakes. It's so funny, the people, how they hate on me and they hammer me about stuff, or they really, really, truly think that I care who wins.
Right.
And my fate is the same. I don't care. I don't care who wins. Know what I want? I just want to see a damn pin. Please hit it.
Yeah, you want to see them arm wrestle.
Make it not controversial. That's all
just arm wrestle, right?
Exactly.
Clean. Just cleanly arm wrestle. Let's do it.
Hey, for how big these damn elbow pads keep getting, they're still fouling on them.
Hey, you give someone an inch, they're going to take a mile, man. We can expand that pad to 12 by 12, and then they'll just go 14 inches down. It's just, yeah.
Well, but it is true, though. Like, I've been around the sport so long that, I'm friends off the table with these guys, but just like in the UFC, man, once we walk up onto that table, that's it. It's an elbow, wrist, and hand I'm looking at.
Yep.
That's it.
It doesn't matter who it's attached to.
That's right.
And just like people would say things to me, they're like, oh, what about Bart's having to rep Travis and Dave? Yeah. Those are two of my best friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a no-win situation for me, folks.
Right.
I just hope some wins clearly, and I hope it's a clean start, that I don't have to hear one of them saying, well, his wrist was carved in, or he went early. And I just hope for the best when it comes to that stuff.
You got the best seat in the house, but the hardest job. I envy you, Bart, but I don't want to be you. I don't ever want to have your job.
No, I do. I'd like to have your job one day.
Couldn't do it.
I tell you what, because you know why? Because you're so awesome. Because like you just said, man, it's 10,000 people's impressions that you're doing 90,000 million times, and it's making you better. And you're an arm wrestling fan at the core, and you're watching it for what it is. You're watching the micro movements that Chafee brought to the screen that you said in your mind. And brother, for that, we all got to know a little bit more about what it is that is the particular situation that you use applicability and transfer it all. And that's massive. I think that hearing that right now, a lot of guys are just like looking at their hands going, oh, that's what he's been doing. Oh, snap.
It's very easy to judge till someone fills in to ref, like at a smaller event, and they're like, all of a sudden they got some controversy up there, and they're like, oh man, this sucks.
Well, yeah. You want a guy with tenure, 25 years in the game, a fan since he's a kid. You can make those calls, and like I said, the guys like Ian Carnegie, Mike Iao, the guys who have been on stage who know, and I'm just saying those names that come to mind. These are guys that know automatically that you're doing that too, just like Devin, just like Michael Todd. But the general fan that we're coming in, we oh yeah, you know what? It's a boo at the stage, and then 9 months still in social media. Yeah. And they need to understand that.
Ian's actually watching right now too.
Oh, is he really, dude? Beast, brother. I don't know. It's just what it is, right?
Yeah, a lot of times, like, I will not read the comments.
Me neither, dude. I tend to not.
But, you just, as a rep, man, but the most important job for me is to negotiate a fair start.
Right.
By the rules that I'm given.
Yeah.
And you try your best to make that call right then and there. And we're getting better as a league. We're evolving. So hopefully we're going to have like the review better for me, to help me out on some things. Just trust me, man. Nothing, I would never want a win or loss to just be in my hands. I want it in the arm wrestlers.
Yep.
They're the ones that really work. They're the ones that have been dreaming about this every night before they put up that picture of themselves. But they're the ones that have gone through all the pain. I don't want it left up to me. I want them to dictate the outcome.
Right.
I just want to be there in case I got to force the rules.
That exactly right.
With that being
That's killer. That's awesome.
With that being said, when you have a big match, like a big super heavyweight match, like for example, was going to be at 601, and you know you're going to ref it, do you ever get nervous? Not necessarily because you care about who wins, because we established you don't, but just because there is a lot of eyes on you. Do you ever still get a little anxious, like almost like you're competing yourself?
Are you kidding me? I get like super pumped up as they're coming up to the stage. I'm like getting amped up inside.
That's right.
It's like
you're ready to go.
I see like two dudes that I know are gonna give me big balls because they're real crafty.
Yep.
I'm like eyeing up when they're coming up. I'm like, oh, I got you this time, dude. You are not.
Oh man.
I'm ready to go to battle with them.
Yeah. I love that.
You know what, too, and you can't hate on those dudes. I mean, they're every dude up there is trying to get a little bit of an advantage. But I gotta tell you, I'm not gonna mention names. There's a few gentlemen out there that just say, Bart, I'm right here. I'm straight. Just close their damn hand. Like they don't even care. They are that confident in their ability. But there's others that they will use every crafty movement. And let me tell you what, hey, it's not like a pot calling to kill a bat. I am probably the worst dude to set up at a tournament. I am terrible. I am feasible trying to just read their hand and just get every little bit of leverage I can.
Yep.
I'm terrible to set up, man. I'm terrible. So I got that karma has just got.
That's why you're head ref, because you know all the tricks, man. You know all of it.
Every time, I tell you what, and I do my homework on these dudes. Like I watch their tendencies, and because you may say, well, I've repped that guy 100 times. It doesn't matter. It's fast up there. I like to go back and watch matches from them in the past and see their tendencies and know, like, okay, when he's stepping in with his hip and I see him turning here, I know what's coming next. So I can, as I'm standing back, before we even come in, I'm like, all right, he's set up the press. All right, I gotta watch his elbow, I'll watch the carving in. Or I know he's set up the top roll, I know he's gonna be trying to climb high, I'm gonna make sure I see that knuckle when we're closing. Just, there's a lot to it for the, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. There's some people out there that really, they enjoy watching me, they like me, and there's other people that just
I'm a fan.
Yep.
hate me. And that's for the people that hate me out there. Well, I'll try to do better next time. And my goal is, and no disrespect to all the other awesome refs out there, but my goal is I want to be the best ref, period. And I know we all have a lot of work to do. You don't stop working. So I just want to try to get better and better and better and just solidify myself.
Well,
every show's gotten better. Every show of y'all product has gotten much better. I think tremendously, tenfold each time it does. And I think you look at a guy like Travis. He's electric. He's charismatic. He brings a whole nother level of fire and flavor. And everybody's got that in them. Adam. There's Adam Wilmot. There's so many guys and stories. But everybody's got that common core. They got that mentality. Close your head. Close it. Just let me arm wrestle. We could play the games and stuff. It'll get itself sorted out. With as many styles as out there and things are coming true. Let them complain. As long as the pad doesn't become a freestyle gym, and you can just go everywhere.
Right. It's funny too about guys complaining after the matches and stuff like that. And I've had guys that I trained with who I've known for years that are, they'll be in a big WAL match, and then afterwards posted, this wasn't a pin, and a man's posted some stuff, and the guy on those threads like, dude, don't you train with him? I'll look at it during the match and be like, what, you really think I'm trying to screw you up?
A mob style beating, no, thank you.
Defense too. Their adrenaline, they're so pumped up, they're so wanting to win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They got all this nervous energy,
Sure. And what's said at the table, said at the table. It's all good. Man. It's fine.
So,
but it's everyone wants to win.
Winner's mentality, yeah, of course.
Absolutely. So, speaking of always improving and always training, let's talk about what you think the future of arm wrestling is going to be. Do you see arm wrestling, at least in the States, because we know that it has bigger platforms in Europe and things like that, and do you think within the next couple years that we're going to have that kind of platform where it's going to be a national sport, it's going to be something recognized as something serious, and what's your perspective on the future?
Sponsorship and stuff.
Yeah, bigger names, rogues,
I do think I'm not just that I'm always thinking positive when it comes to the sport, but I really do see things starting to open up. I know all the leagues are trying hard to grow, but I just noticed, me personally, just like with traveling, and I'm just the referee. I'm not the champ. You know what I mean? And I went from when Game of Arms was going on, it got pretty popular. Guys are like, hey, aren't you the dude from Erie Wrecking Crew? Yeah. It was cool, and then it died off. And then once in a while, they're like, didn't I see you on ESPN? I'm like, yeah, that was cool. But, man, since WAL went with the live streaming, for me, and I really was a little bit behind the times. And I told my kids, I'm like, well, we're not on ESPN anymore. I was like all bummed. I'm like, we're on this BNR Live thing. It's going to be live streamed. They're like, really? You're going to be on BNR Live?
Yeah.
Like, we all have. I'm like, really? And then I didn't realize, but like I was behind, like everyone is like on live streaming, and our viewership went up through the roof.
That's right. Since
we've been on there, and now like I'm old news in our hometown, so it's no big deal. But like at airports, people are like, "Hey, we watched you last night when we were leaving Atlanta. Like that was awesome." So just from that point, yeah, because now we're getting viewership from just not dudes that are arm wrestlers. We're getting viewership from their whole family. The husband, wife, the kids are watching it, and they're getting entertained. They're like, so now you have those people, their kids are liking it, so now their kids are going to get involved. Or the dads that are ex-athletes that still are competitive, they're getting involved. And I really think you're going to see the numbers grow. And I just know, like with the other leagues, just like we're supposed to have a Worlds here in the United States in September. I hope so much that this is done, and Igor is able to get into decent whenever they're able to get that to go off.
I do too.
And I keep looking at my schedule because of their dates, and I'm trying to figure out how I can get from Atlanta, make weigh-ins, and be there to compete. At the Worlds. Because I'll go down and compete. I'm old enough now. I can go down and compete in the
Masters. Yep.
To be there and be a part of it. See friends I haven't seen in a long time. But I really do. I think we are making that next vault.
Yes.
It goes jumps. We made the Game of Arms jump. We made the ESPN jump. Now it's BNR. Now the whole sport is making it. Just with all the new people we're seeing at these tournaments. The last 3 tournaments that I've been a part of helping with James Reed, I always help him with the tournament. If I have a tournament, he helps me. We've noticed our novice and our amateur divisions are huge, way more than our open. So that's a good sign. I mean, we're close. There's a future champ right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Carson. Yeah, this is her future.
This guy right here.
What's up? Are you gonna win some medals?
Yeah.
You gonna be a champion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So I think we're gonna be on top of it. And I tell you what, all we need is, I keep hearing, people they're trying to get new shows out for arm wrestling. I've heard, I'm not saying through WAO or nothing like that. I've just heard in the last year, people getting interviewed from different networks and stuff like that. So, it's coming, man.
Yeah.
We're growing. We're gonna see a big rise. And I just hope, in this next 5 years, we see a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
Huge difference.
Well, I'll tell you, we were.
I think more mainstream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Robin
Yeah.
Marie Chandler on the live says hello to all of us and
yeah.
you.
Yep. It's
And
so shiny.
Last year, and then it's a wall event.
She was just saying her state was phenomenal, and Jody just shouts out, and everybody. He says the Masters. That's where he's going to be at. Too, and it's a great time to be in this level of the rise, and it seems like the sport is evolving like this. It's evolving at the level that it is evolving at in all levels. It's just a massive, this like IQ machine that just keeps getting. It's a rubber band ball, snowball. It is. That's what it is. It's a massive snowball that's just going to turn into this iceberg for us.